The number one question that I get from advisors and students at workshops who are transitioning to or adding an online publication is how we at LSOK manage deadlines. A distinct difference exists between a monthly print publication, where writers have common deadlines and everyone is at roughly the same stage at the same time, and an online publication with rolling deadlines, where every person on staff may be at a different stage of the process at any given time. So we have a system that's evolved dramatically from our print system when it comes to budget and organization. I'm sure it will change again in the future, probably next year, but this is what's working for us right now. So every Monday we have what we call a Monday meeting, creative, I know. In preparation for that meeting, staff members have pitched stories online through a Google form sent out to the entire staff. Here's what that pitch spreadsheet looks like, if you want to take a look. So these stream in before that Monday meeting, and this is what they go through at the Monday meeting. Head editors lead Monday meetings and begin by running through the pitches, at which time the section editors and staff writers sit at their tables and write down their pitches, all the while considering which stories they want to take. After they've gone through all the pitches, the meeting breaks into section groups with section editors leading. Each section plans its stories and projects for the next week or so. They decide which stories are going to be published on which days. At least in an ideal world, they'll be published on those set deadlines. And the writers also select the stories that they want to write at that time. Obviously, if a writer pitched a particular story, she or he has dibs on that story. Once it's all said and done, the section editors go online, usually later that day or evening, and update the spreadsheet. This is a spreadsheet. On it, they'll put up the writer, the story, and all the deadlines for that assignment. For our staff, so for our staff, a story goes through a peer edit, that's here, a section edit, 2 copy edits, and then either an advisor edit or a third copy edit if the writer or editor requests the advisor edit. When the writer is ready to get a certain edit, she or he highlights that column in green, as in go ahead and edit. So here's one. When the editor finishes editing a particular story, the editor turns it back to white and marks the date edited and his or her initials. It seems like the process would take forever, and for some stories or less experienced writers it does, but it can also take as little as 30 minutes on a given evening when we're pushing the process. You're probably also noticing the red type here, where it says carried over, or a date that has been made red, so you'll see one of those up here. When that means that a story was carried over from a previous week because it wasn't completed. The red date means that the story is past due. It's a simple and subtle way to apply pressure on writers to make their deadlines. Once a writer finishes a story, like this one, and publishes it on the website, the row on the spreadsheet where that story is becomes gray, and the process for that writer starts all over again, which is the nature of revolving deadlines. Here's another example, and you can see that, I think this is entertainment. Yeah, the entertainment section did pretty well on this week. All right, there's the process.